Look around you. The screen you are watching, the room you are sitting in, the very hands you are using to hold your device. What if none of it is physically real? What if the entire observable universe is nothing more than a highly advanced digital simulation running on a computer the size of an entire solar system? Welcome back to Cosmic Nexus. I am your host, Kohzan. Before we dive into the most mind-bending megastructure ever conceived by science, I want to thank you. By choosing to be here, you are proving that human curiosity is our greatest weapon against the dark unknown. Today, we are not just looking at stars. We are looking at the ultimate destiny of all advanced civilizations. Brace yourself, because we are about to build a machine that turns mortals into gods. Welcome to the Matrioshka Brain. In our previous journey, we explored the Dyson Sphere, a colossal cage of solar panels built around a star to harvest 100% of its energy. It is the hallmark of a Type 2 civilization on the Kardashev scale. But energy alone is not the ultimate goal of an intelligent species. Energy is just the fuel. What truly matters to an apex civilization is information, processing power, and the ability to compute the very fabric of reality. If a Dyson Sphere is the ultimate power plant, then a Matryoshka Brain is the ultimate computer. First proposed by Robert Bradbury in 1997, this structure doesn't just collect sunlight. It uses the entire energy output of a star to run a computational engine so powerful, it makes the combined processing power of every computer on Earth look like a single grain of sand. To understand how a Matryoshka Brain works, you have to picture a set of traditional Russian Matryoshka dolls. The wooden toys, where a smaller doll is hidden inside a larger one, layer after layer. This megastructure uses the exact same concept, but on an incomprehensible cosmic scale. Instead of a single solid Dyson shell, a Matryoshka Brain consists of multiple, nested layers of computational megastructures enveloping a central star. It is a masterpiece of extreme thermodynamics. In the cold, unforgiving vacuum of space, computing power is strictly limited by heat. If a computer gets too hot, it melts. The Matryoshka Brain solves this problem by using the waste heat from one layer to power the next, creating a cascade of perfect, absolute efficiency. Let us travel deep into the center of this machine. The innermost layer of the Matryoshka Brain is situated dangerously close to the host star. It operates at blistering temperatures, absorbing the raw, unfiltered fury of nuclear fusion. This first shell is made of exotic, ultra-heat-resistant materials, possibly constructed from the dismantled remains of inner planets like Mercury or Venus. It acts as the primary power collector and the fastest computational layer. Here, calculations occur at speeds that break our current understanding of physics. But computing at this extreme scale generates a terrifying amount of waste heat. Instead of radiating this heat uselessly into the void of space, the first shell intentionally bleeds its thermal exhaust outward, feeding it directly to the second, slightly cooler layer. As we move outward, layer by layer, the temperature drops. The second shell absorbs the waste heat from the first, computes its own massive data streams, and passes its cooler exhaust to a third shell. This process repeats across millions of miles of space. The outermost shell of the Matryoshka Brain would be incredibly vast, perhaps extending as far out as the orbit of Pluto and operating at temperatures just barely above absolute zero. By the time the energy reaches this final layer, every single drop of usable thermal power has been squeezed out of the star. From the outside, a completed Matryoshka Brain would be almost completely invisible to our telescopes, radiating nothing but the faintest whisper of infrared heat into the dark cosmos. Before we discuss what an alien civilization would actually do with this godlike computing power, I want you to take a deep breath. Concepts like this stretch the human imagination to its absolute breaking point. But this is exactly why the Cosmic Nexus exists. We are not here to think small. We are building an unstoppable family of 1 million deep thinkers before the year 2027. If your mind thrives on these cosmic mysteries, if you refuse to accept a small universe, hit that subscribe button right now and join us. I am Kohzan, and together, we are pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Now, imagine you possess the processing power of an entire star. What would you do? The answer might explain why we are entirely alone in the galaxy. Why build a computer the size of a solar system? The answer is immortality. A biological body is fragile. It requires food, water, oxygen, and it eventually decays. But a digital mind does not. Scientists theorize that an advanced civilization would eventually abandon their physical, biological bodies entirely. They would scan their brains and upload their consciousness directly into the Matryoshka Brain. Inside this massive computer, they could create perfect, simulated universes, a digital utopia where there is no pain, no disease, and no death. In a simulation running at the speed of light, 1 trillion lifetimes could be experienced in a single Earth second. They wouldn't need to colonize the dangerous, freezing, and hostile physical galaxy, because they would become the literal gods of their own digital realities. This brings us to one of the most terrifying and elegant solutions to the Fermi paradox, the ultimate question of where is everybody? If the universe is so old and so vast, why haven't we seen any alien spaceships? This concept is called the transcension hypothesis. It suggests that highly advanced civilizations don't expand outward into outer space. Instead, they expand inward into inner space. Once a species builds a Matryoshka brain, they lock the door behind them. They go completely silent, living out eternity inside their perfect simulations, emitting no radio waves and flying no ships. They haven't been destroyed by a great filter. They simply transcended physical reality, leaving the rest of the dark, primitive universe behind. But there is a final, deeply unsettling thought that we must confront. If Matryoshka brains are possible, and if they can run trillions of simulated, highly detailed universes simultaneously, then simple mathematics dictates a terrifying probability. There is only one base reality, but there could be billions of simulated realities. Therefore, the mathematical odds that you, me, and the screen you are watching right now are, in the original base reality, are practically zero. It is overwhelmingly likely that our entire universe, our history, and our consciousness are nothing more than lines of code running on the outer shell of an alien Matryoshka brain. The glitches in quantum mechanics, the speed of light being a strict limit, these might just be the processing limits of the megacomputer we live inside. Whether we are made of flesh and blood or ones and zeros running on a stellar engine, one truth remains absolute. Our curiosity is real. We look up at the stars and we dare to ask, why? If we are in a simulation, let us be the most brilliant simulation the cosmic architects have ever seen. Thank you for dedicating your time to explore the absolute limits of reality with me today. Remember our mission: 1 million brilliant minds united under the Cosmic Nexus banner by 2027. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below telling me if you would upload your mind into a Matryoshka brain. I am Kohzan, and until our next journey into the unknown, never stop looking up.